I know. Like, here's what's funny. Everybody's talking about LIV. Everybody on the PGA Tour or at the major, at the Open Championship, they're all talking about LIV. If you really don't want the LIV Golf League to succeed, quit talking about it. First of all, like, just stop asking all the questions. It's almost like all these reporters really have a vested interest in the LIV Golf tournaments because they keep asking everybody questions about it. And so if it's so bad, if it's so horrible, quit asking questions. Quit making a living off something that you think is bad to do. Like, if you're asking questions, you're writing about it, people are reading your articles, you're getting paid to do that. And if it's horrible and if it's so bad and you shouldn't even have anything to do with it, then stop asking questions about it. That's kind of where I kind of live. That's the side of the fence I'm on. Like, if I think something's horrible, guess what? I don't go there. I don't put my money there. I don't talk about it. Not like I really go and go all in, right? Now, again, we could talk about this all day and the money and where it comes from and all that, but then again, we're gonna have to look at like everything, which, okay, like I'm just talking about golf here. Like, if LIV is so bad for golf, then all these reporters keep asking questions. And Tiger, I really had some stuff to say, and people listen to what Tiger says. And I was kind of intrigued also by what he had to say. But personally, I like the questions. I'm not against the LIV Tour. Some players are, some players aren't. Like John Daly was like, it's great. How can I get involved? Why didn't they call me? I don't know. But his buddy Pat Perez is over there. So some players really like it. Some players really hate it. Some players are kind of on the fence, and some kind of their tune has changed over the course of time. And I think more of that will happen as we go forward. Tiger says, and I'm paraphrasing for the most part, but to the extent of how can these players turn their back on the tour that got him in this position in the first place? Now, that kind of comment and that type of thinking, to me, I would never say that. That's kind of like saying, okay, you're a realtor. You sell real estate, and Century 21 hires you, or helps you get your license, right? You join Century 21, they help you pass the test and take you through the training program, and now you're selling real estate for Century 21. Great. And you've done that for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is. And then all of a sudden, Keller Williams opens up down the street, and they're like, hey, Mr. Real Estate guy, come over to Keller Williams. We're going to give you a free office. We're going to put your name on the billboard on the freeway out there, right? We're going to pay. We're going to take care of that. We're going to give you free business cards, and we're going to pay for all your signs, and we're going to do this. And they offer you a whole bunch of stuff. And you're like, wow. And you're like, okay, well, let me go back to Century 21 because they're pretty cool. They help me out a lot. And you walk in, like, hey, can you guys put me on a billboard? And they're like, no, we don't do that. Can you give me business cards? No. We don't. We're not paying your business cards. Okay, how about can you make me some flyers? No, we don't do none of that. We don't do any of that. And so you're like, well, okay, forget you. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to Keller Williams. And then all of a sudden, like, your fellow agent is like, I don't know how he could turn his back on the place that got him started. I just don't know how they could do that. See, it doesn't really matter where you got your start. Like, we all start a job out of college or high school or whatever you do. You start a trade, a profession, whatever. You start one place. And most of us go to some other place. Why? Because we want to change the scenery. Maybe it's our fault, right? Maybe I've just gotten in a rut. Maybe I'm Mr. Real Estate guy and I'm over at Century 21 and I got in a rut. I'm just kind of like, I need a kickstart. I need a new office. I need a different view. It's not a better view. I just need a different view. Why? Because I've gotten in a routine that's bad and I need to get out of it. I need to infuse some excitement into my life. And it's not to say the PGA Tour isn't exciting. It is exciting. And when you first get there, it's like, this is the greatest thing in the world, right? Or your job or whatever it is, you love it. But after so many years, it could be you. You've just gotten in a routine. You've taken things for granted. You've just let yourself go. And so sometimes you need a change of scenery to restore that passion that you used to have. So that's one of the reasons why guys could be going over to LIV. Because, okay, there's a lot of external things, the money, all right? There's tons of money, all right? So maybe maybe you want the money. Okay, cool. At the end of the day, you've got to be somewhat passionate about what you do, or you're just not going to put in the work. Let's face it. If you don't love what you do, you're not going to work hard. So that type of thinking or statements from guys like Tiger of how can you turn your back on it, that to me it's just not a place I would go, because they're not turning their back on the PGA Tour. They are pursuing a different company. And you could do that if you're a lawyer, you go to a different law firm. Maybe you were a prosecuting attorney and now you're going to be a defense attorney. Why? Because you're not turning your back on anything. You're pursuing a different company, a different way. You're getting a fresh start on your whatever you want to do. You're a plumber, you work for a plumbing company, 1, 2, 3. Well, now you're going with XYZ because they have a different location. It doesn't matter. It's not turning your back, okay? He did say they're giving up majors also. I don't know how these younger guys could give up majors. And again, are they giving up majors? You see, the majors, let's just face it, they're a concocted tournament. Now, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love them all. And you look at the 150th Open Championship, 150 of those things. That's a long time. LIV has 0 majors on the LIV Tour. So 150 years from now, they might have one that's 150 years old. Who knows, right? But that's a long way off. This is tradition. It's been going on. But regardless, things change over time. So if you think like a major is just a tournament that they have decided is worth more than the other tournaments. And so that's just what they are. There's a short-sighted way of thinking about it as you're giving up the majors. Well, currently, yes. But as we move forward, maybe not. Because LIV may get some world ranking points. It is different. It's a 3 rounds versus 4 rounds. But again, you are catering to 2 schools. One of guys who are kind of older, who are transitioning out of the PGA Tour, and they're just older. They grinded it out for so long, they don't want to grind it out anymore, like Graham McDowell had said. So there's those guys. And then there's that new golfer who's just kind of more open to new ways of doing things. They're the younger Gen Z or, millennial that has been brought up a little bit differently. So maybe that tradition of the Open Championship and these other majors, maybe that just, they don't look at it the same way as Tiger did, or in my era, that was something that was what golf was all about. So, I'm not saying Tiger's wrong in thinking that. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective as, hey, I don't think they're turning their back on one thing. I think they're just transitioning. They want a fresh start, fresh perspective. And I don't think they're giving up majors. I think they are going to be able to play the current majors. I just think it might be a little hiatus until they figure out how to give these players ranking points to allow them qualification, or maybe there's another, let's say, qualifying series of tournament that they can qualify for the majors, or maybe they just try to qualify for them. Like the Open Championship, there's open qualifying. The US Open, there's open qualifying. The PGA Championship, not really, but maybe they could figure that out. And then Augusta National, that's an invitational. So Augusta can do whatever they want, and they can invite whomever they want. So that remains to be seen. So as far as giving up majors, I don't think they are by going to LIV, the younger guys. But we'll see. It will unfold. And I think that's okay. I think it's a good thing. So let me know your thoughts. Comment below. What do you think? Like, I mean, I know it's a hot topic, controversial. What do you think about what these players are saying about it? And most people I talk to are for LIV. They like it, especially when I talk to a lot of the younger guys and girls out there. They watch it. They like it. And you know what? It is good for golf, in my opinion, because we're talking about golf a lot more. It's everywhere. And that, to me, that's a positive.